Hello everyone, I'm Caroline and today I'm going to be trying out my new jelly plate for the first time. I've never used it before. I didn't even know what it was. I'll show you. The packaging is falling off. I got it from the charity shop for 50p. Now I guessed it was art related because it says on here mixed media craft plate, but I really didn't know what it was or what it did. It's a 21 by 21 centimetre one. Oh, I don't know what that is in inches. Let's have a look. That's 8 by 8. So I thought, well, 50p is worth taking a gamble on. And this is what I ended up with. So I've got my jelly plate. I've got a brayer. I've got some stamps. This one, you're supposed to fix them to an acrylic block, but it fits perfectly on a glass candle holder. So I can use that. Brilliant. I always love saving money and coming up with ideas to use things. I've got this butterfly one, which is stuck on my stamp pad. So we'll be using that. I've got these acrylic paints. So we'll be using those right out the way. I've got some envelopes. I don't know whether to use these or not. I have been getting an interest on the inside of mail envelopes. Now, isn't that weird? I never noticed before, but you suddenly notice the different colours and patterns that you get inside envelopes. Now, I haven't got a massive selection here, but you can see there are quite some varieties. Just in these few. The blue one, and that's it. So I may use the backs of those. Because I've never done this before, I'm not really sure where I'm going with it. So let's work our way through and see what ends up happening. I've got some paper here that I tear out. I use this in my journals, so I thought I could use this, tear it out and print some patterns on it. I've got some A5 pieces of paper that I cut from some A4. And I've got a little bit of craft paper here, but I've already run this through. Let's turn it that way if you can see. I've run it through my... Where's the best place to focus with this? I'm never sure. I run it through my Sizzix to get a little bit of texture to see what difference that makes on the papers. And it's brown. And I've also got some hand-dyed papers here. Now, before we start, I'll chop this one in half because it's too big for an 8 by 8 plate. So I'll use A5 for everything. Oh, I love the smell on these. I dyed them with Kool-Aid. My studio, every time I walk in, I've got a huge pile of Kool-Aid dyed papers and they smell wonderful. Right, so let's get on with the action bit. Now, this has got some plasticky things on it, which I assume you don't need. So you take those off. Hoping I've got this right. Like that. Oh, I can feel the static on this. You know, one jelly plate. I don't know how wide that is. Where's my ruler? Let's have a check for scientific purposes. It's about, quarter of an inch, a scant quarter of an inch wide. So there we have a jelly plate. Now, I've been looking at a few videos. Ooh, it's the mister on again. I always get the mister on when I got something shiny. I've been looking at some videos and trying to get some ideas. And it seems very easy, but then I think things always look easier than they really are. So let's give it a try. Now, first thing I want to do is put something under here to stop the mess. And do I have anything? Right, so now in theory, I'll make a lot less mess. And I've got a piece of paper for the top as well. These are off my new desk for my new studio from IKEA. Had these bits of paper, so I thought I'm not throwing those away. I'm sure I'll find a use for them. They're a bit flimsy, but they'll be fine. Right, so apparently the first thing you do is you get some paint. So what colour should we go for? So we'll go for some sort of greenery colour. I've got this fluorescence green and orange or not? No, I think we'll put some blues and yellows. We'll try some of that. Right, here we go. This is my first ever time. Hopefully it won't be a disaster. If it is, it'll give you something to laugh about. So put a couple of blobs. Ooh, that's a very big blob. Right, okay. So don't put big blobs like that. Put smaller blobs. Apparently, oh, it comes out so fast out of these. I think it must be more runny than normal. Right, let's have a little go now of rubbing with my brayer. I've got a different brayer I bought from the charity shop, but I can't find it. I still haven't completely organised myself after the move to the studio. So now let's just Ooh, that feels really nice. I get the feeling I got too much on this roller, in this plate. Do that and that. A little bit there, and then should we get rid of that green? Let's have a little donor piece of paper. Here. So we'll rub all our excess off on. There we go. That might be pretty in the end. You never know. We'll keep at it. Right, now for the blue. Oop, oop. And go that way as well. Got an awful lot of green. Now let's stick some yellow on. Now let's try to perfect little teeny tiny bits of yellow. Oop, there's a little one. Oop. And oop, there. Right, let's clean this off. Like that. Let's see what we can do with this. Too similar, I think. Never mind, what we'll do is we'll try this first, just to see what happens. Oh no, that's too similar. Let's put something else on. Let's put a little bit, is this a metallic gold here? I think it is. Metallic, let's put a bit of metallic gold on. Just a little bit, clean off our brayer. Like that, and then, there. Dip that in there and go like that. Dip that in there and go like that. This is not probably the most efficient and best way to do this, but it's just lovely to feel so expressive. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. Now I suppose if I had 8x8 papers it would be better, because then there would be no mess and it would be easier to deal with, but I haven't. So let's try this. Stick it on there to there, press it down all over. Now, I could clean my brayer off and use that. I'll need another piece of paper. And then I won't get so much over the back like that. One problem I think I'm going to have is, where do you put all these to dry them if you make too many? I think I'm probably making too many. And pick that up. And, oh, look at that. Oh, isn't that pretty? Right, we'll start stacking things. I think we could end up with a problem sooner or later. Right, let's get one of my brown embossed ones. Get a bit of a run over to the edges this time. Like that. And what's this going to look like? It's okay. Need more paint. We pop that there and we put a bit more paint on. Oh, we make this one mainly gold because I like the gold. Just stick some more gold on like that. Wiggle it about. And what colour would go with gold? Should we put some orange on? I give them a shake upside down first, and then I'm not squeezing too hard. Come out. And give it a little bit of a slop around. I think that's the technical term. Like that. And let's have a look if I got a pencil here with a rubber on the end. It's a, what is this? It's a Stabilo Swan. Oh, Swan or Swano. I wonder what will happen if I just take some of the darks and blotches. There's a bit of a gap there. If that will make any difference, or whether it's not really big enough or dramatic enough. Not very convinced, but we'll try it. When we go poof, and we do a couple of, we could do that, and it almost looks like a big swirly one up there as well. It's like some sort of fern leaf. Oh yes, let's try that. Oh, we're supposed to be putting this on to do that brown bit, but we'll need a clean sheet for this. Put that on there. Ooh. Like that. This is one of the things I find with art, is you keep finding these rabbit holes. I've never heard of a jelly plate, and I heard of one, I think, oh, I really want to try that. There are so many techniques you can learn. And pick that up, and it's, which way up is it? That way. It's a little bit ferny. It's not very, is it? Never mind. Put that in our pile. Put that there. Right, so we've got all this on here, but let's change this up. Let's go a bit crazy. Let's put some blue on. Come on, out you come. Doop, doop. Don't we go up? Ooh, right up there. Don't know why. Oh, that didn't really work anyway. Right, so we go up like that, and then like that, and like that. I wonder if we could do a crisscrossy look. Or should we leave it as stripes? I quite like it as stripes. Yep, we leave that as stripes, and then we try a crisscross one later. Let's move that pencil out the way. That was a bit of a failure. Oh, I am going to be so messy after this. And lift it up. Right, the embossed paper isn't taking up the colour so easily because of the depth probably, but I like that because you've got extra depth from the thicker bloops of blue. Right, so that's a success. What should we do now? I think I'll get a toilet roll tube and try that. There we go, as if by magic I'm back instantly with a toilet roll tube. So what I'll do is let's have a think. Should we go for some crazy colours? We're going to muddy this eventually. But if we use red, then there's already red in the orange, so let's hope that that does a good job. If you put it there, like that. I have no idea if this is going to work. I just sort of blub it all over the end of the toilet roll tube, like that. And then, oh, I think this could work. Out there. I suppose I should have put a bit more paint on the plate as well first. Yeah. If nothing else, this is very therapeutic. It's just like being back in nursery school again. Not that I went to nursery school. They didn't have nursery schools when I was little. You had to wait till you were 5, and I was dead jealous of my sister because she got to go to infant school and I had to stay home. It was really boring. Right. Let's see what we can do with that. We're getting through this paper. Put it on the edge there. Let's clean off my brayer. Ooh, we're getting a lot of spare paint now. Clean that up like that. And give it a bit of a press. It doesn't matter if we get patterns on the back, and they may turn out nice. The only thing is then it's going to mess up my drying area, isn't it? Well, my hair's falling out and now dyed. There we go, like that. And let's see, ready for this? A bit off centre, but that's not a problem. We pretend we planned it that way, okay? You don't tell anybody that that's not in the plan. That's our little secret. Right, so we've got the red. Let's go completely crazy now. Let's go, we're being very reserved and sensible. Because I don't want to use brown really, not yet. We'll use pink. Pink! I love pink. Let's go crazy. Okay, we're going to put loads of paint on now. Loads of pinks. Boop, boop. And there. And we go for purple. Oops. We've only got that little area, haven't we? So we'll... Oh, this is going to be very messy. And, oh, some metallic silver. Oh, yes. Metallic silver, that should make it look good. Boop, boop. Now, I'm not sure if this is too thick. How thick is too thick on a jelly plate? We are about to find out. Maybe I should have done one colour, then the next, something like that. Now that is very therapeutic. I think if I just rolled it, it would all mush. But doing it like that, it gives it a texture, it gives it more interest because of the direction. And it doesn't muddy the paints. Ooh. I think this one's going to be fun. There, have we done it all? Yep, I think so. A little bit more there. Pinch a bit off you and put you there. Oh, I am looking forward to this. We'll put that on there, and I'll get my sheet of spare paper that hopefully will stop me getting quite so messy, because this is going to blurge. You can see it's already blurging there. Like that. And let's have a look what happened here. That's very pretty. There are bits that it missed. I'm surprised. I put so much on, you think I would have covered it all, but that is very pretty. Right. I definitely am having trouble with drying these now. I'll move this somewhere. What can we do next? Should we add another colour? Or, looking at that, it's a bit grey and metallic. Let's add more gold. Oops. I'm really getting overly excited with these paints. They are very runny compared to my, is it Pibio? Pibio, something like that? Pibo acrylics, which they don't come out of the tube quite as enthusiastically as these. Right, we'll do that. I wonder if we can just take our toilet roll tube and just put some, it's a bit too linear, that isn't a bit too sensible and boring. We need to do lots more. Okay, there we are. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Oh, if you've had a long, busy day or you're stressed, you should try this. Oh, it's wonderful. Right, again, I'm not sure whether I've got too much paint on there. We'll give it a go with a piece of white, like that. And we'll get my sheet here, go this way, and give it a plonk, like that. So it's moved, but I don't know if that'll make a difference. Let's have a look. Here we go. There we go. Oh, it's looking good. You can't see the circles, but I like the look on it. Look at that. It's got a lovely texture, beautiful colours. Right. Oh, I am so enjoying this. I'm going to have 1 million pieces of paper by the end of this. Right, so now this is a bit of a mess. I'll get one of my pre-dyed papers with Kool-Aid, pop this down and just see what happens if we press that on there. Let's try it. Which way up do we go? This way. With this. You could just use your brayer and colour the back of everything. You could use your hands. But I'm already in enough of a mess as it is. I always end up with paint all over me. Some people, they do their art and their nails are beautifully manicured and they're never covered in mess. And then there's me. Right, let's take this off and see what happened. Right, we've got a lot of gold on that, but I don't think that's a problem. Right, just move that over there, like that. Right, I wonder if we can do, like you do the top of a shepherd's pie. That way, that way, that way, that way, that way. Which way now? I'm confused. There, 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 and down the bottom. Right, we'll try that. I'm game to try anything at the moment with this jelly plate. See what happens. Oh, let's just go for it like this. I'm too impatient to keep getting that big sheet of paper. And right, the tones are muted now because there is so much of a mixture of colours, but that is another gorgeous pattern. I just can't get over how easy it is to just mess about and turn up with something that's very reasonable. Now, I think we'll bring some more of this in because we've still got some grotty bits here. Why is my brayer not turning? Come on. I think I could probably do... I do have a better quality brayer. I think I may have already told you this, but I can't find it. So this one we'll have to do. But no, it's not turning very easily. Right, if we're going to do that, that's going to be very muted. So I think we'll do something to jazz it up a bit. We could do silver or gold or white. Have I got any white? There's never enough white in acrylic paint sets. So we do a few little blobs of white. Thing is, it's the one colour when you're painting with acrylics anyway, you use an awful lot of. And I think it would be great if they came up with acrylic packs with more than one white. If we do some swirly wordies. I haven't got any swirly wordy ones yet. Like that. Right, let's try that. Oh, it's getting very brown and muddy now, isn't it? Pop it on. looks like. The only thing is, if you go to the edges using your fingers, you end up with very messy fingers. I haven't had to break out the wet wipes yet, but I feel it is impending. Any minute now, I'm going to have to clean my fingers. Oh, that looks a little bit like marbling. I wonder what would happen if we take this one, put this over that bit as well. It's a bit wonky for you, isn't it? I ended up working wonky. I like that. Oh, I'm glad I went and tried that now. You can see how you can think, oh no, I don't want to spoil it, but I'll give it a try. I've got some paint on this I'm going to blob on. I think that's the one issue I'm going to have, is I don't like to waste things. And so whereas normally I would be cleaning this by now because I was fed up with the colours and they're muddying, I just want to keep doing things. There's some thick stuff there that I'll blob on. And there. Like that. Should we give it a run over or should we do it as it is? I think we do it as it is. Just blob any bits off there. On there, let's see what that does. Oops, I missed the bottom, but never mind. There's that on, and I want to go away from the muddy colours now and go back to bright colours. So I'll put that down and then clean my jelly plate. Right, ooh, what next? Now I've seen some people using stamps, so I'm going to try using some stamps. Where are my stamps? I've got this big one, this might be fun. No, I've stuck it on a bit wonky. There we go. Let's have a think now. How's the best way to get, or what is the best way, is what I should say, to get some paint all over this? If I put some paint on this bit of paper, if I had another jelly plate, I could put it on a jelly plate. But I haven't. So I'll use white. And if you can get it out, there. And we'll give this a bit of a rub all over. Like that. That there. I'm going to pop my stamp into it. I think I need more. Let's try it. There's a little bit coming off, but not a lot. We need more. More white. Like that. Oops. This is certainly not the sort of thing to do if you haven't got time to clean up after you at the end, because if you could see around me now, it's starting to look like carnage. Put that there, and then the flowers there. Oh, now that's looking good. Right, we'll leave it at that. And we'll put a little bit of, we'll go for blues. Said we didn't have any blues. Well, I said we didn't have any blues, and I'm sure you noticed. So we put a few little blobs of blue there. Now, can I go over the top of this without ruining it? What do you think? I got very, no, my brayer isn't rolling, so it's just spludging it. I think with a better quality brayer that would actually roll, then you could probably go over the top of that. So I'll just put some blobs. There, 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 and there. Now this is completely experimental. Don't quote me on this, I have no idea what I'm doing. Let's get another blue. Put a bit of that. There. Oh dear. Oh, that came out really quickly. Oh, that's really runny. And then I can brayer that bit there. Like that. And then I'll get my stamp. That is the wrong side. Do not use the wrong side of your stamp if you don't want to make a mess. This side. And then stamp over there. I'm not terribly convinced this is going to work. I think I've got far too much on my stamp, so we'll blob that about. And then, oh, I don't know, it still may work. What have we got to lose? A little bit of paint and a sheet of paper. Which I just happen to have one here. Pop that on. See what that does. I get the feeling it's not going to be what I'm imagining. No, there aren't really any flowers there. Yeah, I think, I could be wrong, but I really do think that that is an issue with my brayer because it doesn't want to spin. It's still pretty. Let's put that down and get another one. Right, so this time I've got a little bit there that's very nicely done. There's a little bit too much on this stamp now, but I'll try it there. Oh, it's not too bad. There. And put that there so I get half like a solid marble effect and half pretty flowers. And lift it up. Oh, that's very pleasant. And because of my brayer issues, I've got this brush. I'm not really sure if that's going to help the situation, but we'll give it a go. So we'll put some black. Let's live life on the edge and put some black on. So I'll put it on here. If I can get it out. Right, let's give that a try. And because that's such a bold colour, we're going to give it a try on the craft paper. See if it is any good. I'd love to be able to craft all day, every day, but then I wonder, does it lose its novelty when you can craft as much as you can? Or do you really get into it more and more? That's a bit suspect, isn't it? No, I don't like that. So that is going to get the chop. I want to use that on a fresh piece. Like that. Oh, I'm like one of those criminals, the blue finger that you have in those 1940s black and white films. It's okay. It'll do. We'll pop that there in case I decide to go over that. So we got blue, we got black, and we got white on there. Let's try putting some more flowers on. See what happens. Because the plate is pretty clean in the middle now, so we may be able to see some of those flowers. Go over there. Flatten it down. And peel it off. Oops. Okay, so my paper stuck to the jelly plate. I love that. Ooh, I wonder if we could do some of the same colour and we could do some different colours. Oh, I'm getting in a mess. No surprise there. And we'll do that and stamp away up the paper. Oh, it's not the paper, is it? Up the jelly plate. Like that. Oops, I could do with a little bit more in the middle as well. Like that. Should we put some orange on the top? I think we should. Oh, I tell you what we could do. I've got a butterfly stamp here, haven't I? What colour should we make the butterfly? We make the butterfly orange, so we'll pop that on the paper there. Sort of better check that you can see what I'm doing over here. Okay, so that's too much. See if I can suck some back in. Nope. One more attempt. Yeah, we sucked a bit more back in, not a lot. Right. Oh, we'll flatten this out and if we're doing orange there, we got yellow and blue on there. Shall we do a different colour for one part of the butterfly? Let's have a look what I got. I could do some more silver, but that's very grey. It's not really a silver colour. Brown. We haven't used brown. What brown have I got? Burnt sienna. Put a little strip of burnt sienna there. Oh, there and there. It would have been differently, but that's the way it's bludged, so that's how it rolls. Put that there. That there. Right, here we go. Let's pop my, oops, let's take the pad off and try it. Yeah, there, ooh, bit wet, there. Face the other way, butterfly. Give us a bit of variety. And there, I think we can stick one there. I think we'll stick some half butterflies, one sticking out there, and one just popping on the bottom there. Oh, and I think we can do one over here. Right, let's give this a try. Oh, let's have a look. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I don't know if we're going to be able to go over these again. Let's give it a try. They may be very blotchy now. There and there. This, by the way, really does work very well. It would be nice to have those posh acrylic blocks, but there's absolutely no need. If you can find something sort of like an acrylic block, and just pop your stamp on there. But I'm quite happy. If anything, I feel, oh, I'm very frugal doing this. Look how much money I've saved. And there. Right, I think we're going to have a lot less blue now, though. We should really have done some flowers. I wonder if I can do flowers over the tops of the butterflies. I would if I had more blue, but now I've got to make my paper orange. Oh, no. Right, let's move that paper out the way. It's very sludgy. What am I going to do with this? Oh, stick some on there. That's awful, I know, but I don't like that anyway. There we go. Cover that up. And we'll run down there. Yes, this sprayer really does have issues. Like that. And then we put some yellow on. Just a little bit. Concentrate, just a little bit. Like that. And then I'll just dip this in again. See what happens. First thing I'll do is I'll do it on the edge there, so we can see, yep, that's fine. And then very gently over the top of the butterflies, and hopefully we won't disturb the print of the butterflies. But there, I think we need to work a little bit faster, because otherwise those butterflies are going to dry out and grab my paper again. Paper on, and now for the big reveal. Are you ready? Drum roll, please. Is it working? Oh yes, look at that, look at that. Oh, I love it. Oh, I'm going to do another one. I rub there. And peeler, but still good. That way up it would be, wouldn't it? I don't suppose it makes any difference, does it? Now, before I put this away and stop the video, I have heard that you can actually put some things down onto your jelly plate, let them dry, and then put a layer of white on, and then you can peel the whole thing off. Now, I like that idea, so brace yourselves, we're going to try it. We'll clean the plate off as much as we can, because there's just too much sludge going on there. Right, so the first thing I want to do then, we're going to make some more brown now. I've covered my brown, haven't I? My red and orange. Right, so get my red and orange out again. Squeeze them out. Clean my brayer off a bit. There we go. And do that. And then, oh, it's burnt sienna, wasn't it? Yep. So a little bit of burnt sienna. Oop, there, there. Like that. Move it off the jelly plate. And let's do some butterflies. Oh. I think that this is going to be so absorbing that I'm going to be spending hours and hours of time is just going to fly past it. I find that anyway. Do you find that when you're doing your art is you just lose all track of time? I think that when you go to the dentist, they should have a little art corner where you can go over and just pick up any art supplies and express yourself. And I think that it would make the time at the dentist a lot more pleasant, because you'd be calm when you went in, or calmer. Right, so that's that done, and now I want to do the flowers. Here we go with flowers. I think I need some more paint on there again. There we go, it's very technically and professionally done. And now we'll come over this side and see what it's like. Oh, I've got to go very lightly so we don't disturb the butterflies. I'm hoping, in theory, these flowers are going to appear behind the butterflies. That's the idea. Yeah. And we do another little bit down here, like that. I'm going to try cleaning up my workspace, and then we'll come back. Hopefully this will be dry. We'll pop some white on it and see what happens. Right, here we go, is the moment of truth. I've been busy cleaning and everything is very messy. My lovely mat has got some stains on it now, so we'll just ignore those and move on. I've got this light blue. It says light blue. I'd like it to be lighter really, but still. So look at the colour. You can see there. Not as light as I'd like. But I'm going to stick this now all over these dry stampings of acrylic ink on my jelly plate. Now the theory is that this is going to lift all the dried onto the paper along with the colour that this is. And we should have a wonderful print. We've got a few issues that could go wrong. One, my brayer isn't a brilliant brayer. And two, I have no idea what I'm doing. So let's blurt this all over the back. Ooh, scary. Like that. Do you think that's enough? Give it a go. Very lightly. Run it over the back. Oh, I think I'm going to need more. Wow, this uses an awful lot of acrylic paint. There you can see some coming through where bits aren't dry. But it's lunchtime. I'm starving, so I wanted to get this done quickly. A bit more. And if I remember rightly, on a video, one of the videos I saw of somebody doing this, they said you've got to work really quickly. Now, I can't remember if they meant to get the paint back off the jelly plate. Whoops! I've now got blue all over my carpet. I don't know if they meant to get the blue off the jelly plate or whether they meant to get the paper off the jelly plate when you're printing. So we will find out. Well, possibly. A bit more. Oh, this does use a ton of acrylic. I'm going to have to use much bigger containers of acrylic for this. Right, so there we have loads of ink on there, or paint, acrylic paint. Now, I almost don't want to do this because I can pretend that I know what I'm doing until I actually try it. Pop that on there, press it down. I'm going to get my bone folder, which will now probably end up covered in acrylic paint as well, like that. There, yep, very blue bone folder. And now let's lift it up and see what happens. Nothing happening at the moment. Right, so we'll give it another press with the bone folder. Ooh, paint squidging out everywhere. Maybe that's my issue. And in theory, now we're going to lift this and all the pattern that was on the jelly plate is going to be on the paper. That's the theory. I'll take my time because I'm not very convinced. Okay, let's try another piece. Stick a corner on, press it on really, 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 really hard. It's sort of coming off then. Maybe we put too much blue on. Give it a bit more of a spludge. You know, you get those Pinterest fails and epic fail videos. I think we're about to have one of those, and I'm going to end up chiseling this acrylic paint off my jelly plate. I'm going to pop that on there, and now I'm going to clean my roller on there, and I'm going to roll it to death. Ooh. I rolled it to death. I actually killed my brayer. Okay, so maybe, no, this doesn't want to press very hard. Told me it wasn't a very good brayer, so we just won't press it quite so hard. Just give it a bit of a press for longer. And I can still see butterflies. Oh no, on the jelly plate, not on the paper. Right, so that's coming up like that, which is very pretty. Undeniably pretty, but it's not doing what I wanted to do. These are still stuck firmly on. Right, now what I'm going to do then, I'm going to ignore that for a minute or so. get it to dry a little bit. So it's a bit more sticky, but also it may have diluted the bits that are stuck onto the bottom. I think this is just going to give me the most prettily decorated jelly plate in the world. See, I wondered about this when I did it. It didn't make sense, or when I saw it, because I was thinking if you dry it to the plate, then acrylic is a not easy medium to get back off the plate. Maybe I needed, if I sprayed it with water and then it started to wet it a little bit, then it will run into the colour on the back. So I used all my powers of thought and imagination and questioning and didn't come up with an answer. So this is what we've got. I wonder if this needs to be more watery. This is my water for watering Dolores and Samantha, who are my office plants. They don't mind donating a little bit for experimentation. Right, so that's really wet now. So there's a chance, she says, that will start to wet the layer underneath. What do you reckon? Should I go for it now, or should I wait? Should I go make a cup of tea? Should I come back next week? Let's give it a go. Give it a go. What have we got to lose other than more blue paint? Right, really press it hard. Get my poor bedraggled bone folder out. Look at that. It was a lovely clean one. Run over the paper, but I don't want to run over the paper too hard because it is copy paper. And now we've added water to the paint as well. It's going to be really struggling with its integrity. All right, more has come up. Bone folder. Bone folder sounds like an instrument of torture, doesn't it? Oh, don't fold my bones with that. What do you think? Oh, now my paper's starting to stick. Oh dear, sticky paper, sticky paper. Oh no, it's a disaster. Okay, so that is not the way to do it. We found another way not to do it. Gosh, we're really ploughing ahead with our learning curve today. There we go. Plop that on. And stick that on that side. And rub it about. Hit it, bang it with your brayer. Hit it with a tube of blue, not necessarily blue paint. Stick anything on it, rub it around, because it's not going to work anyway. You can even look all intelligent and stick a little bit of kitchen roll on the back and blob it. Right, let's have a look. And we've got, wow. Yep, I would say that's an epic fail. If you've enjoyed this video, then please give me a thumbs up and I'll see you all next time. And hopefully we'll have a bit more success. Until then, don't forget, have fun. Bye.